Hey folks, Vinny Berganser with Kalamazoo Hypnosis. So I'm excited to talk about this content with you. A lot of the sort of marketing around smoking cessation or content tends to focus on all the negative position, right? And one of the negative consequences of that is that a lot of times smokers know that stuff. They know it's not good for them. And it has this weird uh, sort of a negative outcome in that it creates those states of hurt, pain, guilt, blame, shame. And a lot of times that stuff keeps people stuck, right? We want to empower folks. And I think one of the ways to do that is to say, okay, well, what do you have to look forward to? So subscribe to my channel if this is on YouTube, and I'm excited to deliver this to you. One of the things I think you're going to be really excited about is just how fast your body starts to heal. 20 minutes in, your circulation already starts to improve. So you have a cigarette right now, maybe you're watching this video and you put it out and you say, that's my last cigarette, I'm done forever. 20 minutes from now, that circulation is going to start to improve. And this really sets the foundation or the stage for the remainder of your recovery, because you need circulation to get to get all the healing properties to where they need to be to start to restore the rest of your body. And then 12 hours later, you're going to see that the excess carbon monoxide from inhaling cigarettes starts to reduce, and your oxygen level starts to rise, which actually further enhances those same healing properties. And then only one day, so you put that cigarette out right now, this time tomorrow, whenever you're watching this, your risk of heart attack actually starts to decline. So think about that. Maybe you've been smoking for 30, 40, 50, who knows how long. And you put that cigarette out this time tomorrow, your heart attack risk has declined already. And, folks also report with the oxygen levels rising, continuing to rise, physical activities become a little easier. So you could start doing heart healthy exercises, actually improve your recovery, right? And then as little as 2 days after quitting, so 48 hours, that sense of smell and taste starts to improve because the body is actually starting to repair those nerve endings. And after 3 days, this is kind of a tricky one because those nicotine levels start to deplete. And a lot of times this is like where the withdrawals start to kick in, or they start to really intensify. That experience of moodiness and irritability, severe headaches, and cravings are all part of the body readjusting to no longer having nicotine in it at the amount that it did previously. And then after 1 month, right, we'll start to jump forward a little bit. Lung function actually begins to improve. Your lung capacity improves. Former smokers start to notice less coughing, shortness of breath, and the athletic endurance improves. So if you used to be an athlete, you like to play basketball or whatever it might be, you'll start to have a little bit more fun with that. And then of course, from that 1 to 3 month period, the circulation continues to improve, but this is where it gets exciting. 9 months in, because we talked about the coughing reducing around a month in, the lungs significantly heal themselves. So actually the cilia that used to push the mucus, up through your body, when you wake up from a night's sleep and you start to cough and gag, they basically have got it out. And what this does is it actually improves your body's ability to resist lung infections and things like that. The frequency of those decline rapidly. And then of course, after 1 year, the risk of a heart disease actually has declined by a half. So, it was through the roof when you were smoking a year ago. So, and then, if you would quit a year ago today, it would have cut in half. It's remarkable how your body can heal. And, the same is true for coronary heart disease. And all these things continue to decline past the 1 year mark, right? And cigarette toxins actually, that cause the arteries and blood vessels to narrow. These same toxins actually increase the probability of forming blood clots, which are terrible. And after 5 years, the body has healed itself enough for the arteries and blood vessels to begin to widen again. And this widening again means that the blood was less likely to clot, you're less likely to have strokes, and this stroke risk actually continues to decline for the next 10 years. And then after 10 years, this is pretty exciting. So a lot of people deal with this. The chances of lung cancer and dying from it are roughly cut in half, right? So, and we're not comparing that against smokers. Or no, sorry, we are. So if you have someone that continued to smoke and someone that, has given it up, 10 years later, the chances of dying from lung cancer have cut in half. And then you also see a significant reduction in the developing of mouth, throat, and pancreatic cancer. So there's just, your risk of cancer in general at this point is just plummeting. And then after 15 years, so this is exciting stuff, the risk of developing that coronary heart disease is actually equivalent to that of a non-smoker. Someone has never touched a cigarette. 15 years later, you're on the same level in terms of that sort of risk of that disease. And, same thing with pancreatic cancer. It's about the same as a non-smoker at that point. And I think this one's the most exciting. The risk of death from smoking-related causes, this is at the 20-year mark, including both lung disease and cancer, drops to the level of a person that's never smoked in their life. So it doesn't matter how long you've smoked at this point, right? That moment you make that decision to quit, I'm done with this, I'm walking away from it forever. 20 years later, your body's remarkably just done this for you. So I get geeked about that stuff. And so a lot of you might be thinking, well, okay, dude, that's great, but like, I don't think I can quit. And I get that because it's tough, right? And for me personally, a lot of times when I've accomplished something, I always look back and go, wow, it looked so far away, right? But then once you've accomplished it, you get that different insight and you go, I was really that close the whole time. It was just a decision I made, or maybe I got some help or whatever it was you had to do. But once you get on the path, it's really just that quick, right? You have a lot to look forward to in terms of your health and recovery along the way. And here's what's even more exciting, right? If you want to use hypnosis to quit, you don't even have to believe you can quit to take the next step. The only thing you need to do is book a strategy call with me. I don't care if you believe you can quit. The majority of people that I work with, they're like, I can't figure it out. I don't know what's going on. I want to. I've tried this. I've tried that. I've tried everything. We do a Zoom call, 1.5, 2 hours later, they don't smoke anymore. So I love it. I wish you the best. Even if you don't decide to go that way, I just want, I'm committed to your success. So I have to, let you know that it's available. And again, I don't charge for strategy calls. And they're so insightful for people. They get a chance to really look at things in a powerful way. So that's enough for this. Thank you. And again, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. Can't wait to hopefully hear about how this helped you look at things differently and achieve all the things